In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn how to turn $100 into $100,000. And let me be very, very clear. Most people will get this completely wrong, so you need to be watching very closely. By the end of this video, you're going to know step by step how to turn this $100 into $100,000 by following a 4-phase path. No degree, no experience needed, just $100 in your pocket and the willingness to actually fucking act. If you want fairy tales, this is not for you, my friend. Now let's get started. Most people who are trying to make money online with AI sell these weird fucking Fiverr gigs. They build a SaaS that nobody really wants, so they're buying courses online that just give them Claude AI prompts. Does this look familiar? Does your feed look a little bit like this, where there's videos, business model after fucking business model, and you just do not know what to fucking do? Well, that's fine. Let's ask Artificius Intelligente about this. Well, he says the reason these don't work is because you are competing with millions of other people doing the exact same fucking thing, and AI did not change who makes money online, it changed how fast they make it. Another thing I want to ask the viewer is, which gear are you currently driving the car? This is a very important question, and I need you to answer it. Are you driving this gear in gear 1? Are you driving, revving your fucking engine, screaming out the fucking window? The point I'm trying to make is, the point of gears is force over a unit area. If you're putting in high effort to drive the same speed, my friend, you're going to burn out and the petrol tank will run out very, very quickly. Whereas if you're driving the same speed in gear 5, it's lower effort to achieve the same result. And that's exactly what we need to do. If we're going to turn $100 into $100,000 fast, we need a high leverage gear. The same goes with business. Look at this. If you're using gear 1, lots of effort, slow progress, and the same fucking kill. But if you're using a different gear, you're going to be putting in less effort with faster progress and the same fucking kill. Business is exactly the same. You can see here with low leverage business activities, you have repetitive tasks, no systems, tired and slow results. Whereas with here, systems, automations, focus work, easy and fast results will simply follow. And let me talk about this to the viewer. Let me help you understand step 1, which is the most important concept within online business that you need to understand. And it's this: you need to understand supply and demand curves. Where demand is incredibly high and supply is incredibly low, as well as competitors, you're going to find it incredibly easy to sell. That is what we call an ideal market. That is what we call market advantage. Most people are fishing in a red ocean where people are simply burnt and do not want what they're selling. If you sell in a blue ocean niche, in a blue ocean market, you are simply going to succeed incredibly fast. Because what happens in red ocean markets is it's overpowered by existing markets. There's fierce competition and you will fight for the same customers. In blue ocean markets, it's uncharted waters. There's less competition, more customers that haven't been sold to. And my friend, it's just going to be incredibly easy. And this is what I do with the guys in my group. This is why they get $50,000 a month in 60 days of starting at 18 years old, or they leave their 9-to-5 job and do 30K in 45 days simply by following this method. And then we have 1,000 other people who do the exact same because we give them the secrets to market advantage. And the next thing here, step 2, is you need to niche down. If you sell to everyone, guess who you sell to? You sell to absolutely fucking no one. If you're selling to all these fucking guys who have a Fiverr in their pocket, it's going to be incredibly difficult to sell as well. So to put it clearly is, you need to sell to the rich. Sell to the rich because it's low competition, high and medium ticket is easier to sell than these low ticket shitty products. It is 10 times easier to sell to the rich than the poor. What do I actually mean here? Let's sell to business owners. Why do we need to sell to business owners? Because these guys have money and they understand the concept of business. If you sell to B2C, what's going to be the issue there is they need something cheap, they need something quick, they need something easy. If we're selling to business owners, that's way too hard to sell to because why? It's too broad and it's a huge crowd. Everyone is hitting them. Sub-market, it's still hard, but it's a broader group. You might go into contractors. Niche roofers, it's easier, but it's still focused. We need to get a little bit tighter. Sub-niche would be roof replacement contractors. Now it's getting easier. A micro-niche would be metal roof replacement contractors. That's even easier to sell to. Why? Because it's ultra specific. Now let me ask you this: do you want to sell a million fucking $25 products or one $10,000 product? Exactly. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be selling B2B, which stands for business to business. And we've already found out we need to be micro niching. But the question to the viewer is probably going to be, what the fuck are we even selling? And we need to sell something that we call high leverage. What does that even mean? It means we put in minimal effort and get maximum out. Now the question is, what even is that? Now, there's two different things we could do here. We can either be this guy who runs on a hamster wheel, burning his fucking energy, spinning his wheels, getting literally nowhere, or we could be this guy who pulls a money lever and money just flows from the fucking sky. Well, he does literally nothing. That is, ladies and gentlemen, what we call leverage. And how can we measure leverage in business? Well, there's one metric. We call it LTGP. That is lifetime gross profit. How much you make over a lifetime of a customer paying you in profit. Revenue doesn't really matter as much. Margins matter more, which is your profit, what you're actually left with. Now, we need a business that has high lifetime gross profit. Loyal, recurring customers who just keep paying and keep paying and keep paying. Instead of having a sales team where they need to keep signing more clients, imagine how stressful that would be. We need a sticky business, one where it's incredibly difficult for clients to do what? Churn. Exactly. So how do we make a business like that? Well, it's very simple. We need to ask this question to ourselves. What is the one thing people can't say no to? And no, it's not a warm chocolate chip cookie, it's something else. What do you think that could be? Well, we're going to answer that question right now. What can people not walk away from? Guess what? It's money. This guy shouting in the crowd, do you want to make money, gets everyone's attention. Why? Because that's one thing people are very interested in. Now, here's the hierarchy of what people actually want, these business owners, because remember, we're selling B2B. What do they even want? Allow me to ask this to the viewer. What do they want? What does a business owner actually want? They want more customers. Well, no, not quite. They want more money. Customers necessarily don't always equal a shitload of money, because you might have low ticket customers that only pay $500. So it's very crucial that we target customers that are going to pay more money to this client. Now, it's very difficult for us to get money for our client. It's quite difficult for us to find them customers, but it's very easy for us to find them appointments and get those appointments to show up. So that's an incredibly easy thing to do. Why? Because AI is going to do it for us. To put it clearly, we need to have a very, very good offer. We now know who we're selling to and what we're selling, but we need to know how to package it. Because if we can't package it well, people will not buy it. Today we're going to be selling shown appointments. We could sell them for $350. Why does that make sense? Well, if their average job is $35,000 because they replace roofs or build kitchens, that is actually a great price to pay. That is a 10x investment. They put $1 in, they get 10 out. That's an incredible thing to sell. People will want that. Desirability is incredibly high. Price is very reasonable. Inconvenience is very low because we'll do it all for them. Delivery guarantee is simple. We'll deliver it in 24 hours guaranteed. Therefore, our value equation is incredibly high and people will want to buy what we're selling. And the better thing about that is we're actually selling it in a high demand, low supply market anyway. So this is going to be an even easier offer to sell. We're running out of time here, so we're going to move even quicker. We'll use Claude AI and prompt it with a very simple prompt. We'll put that prompt in Artlist. So this is called double prompting. You say to AI, I need you to give me an AI image prompt for Nana Banana 2. You put that into Artlist very, very simply. It is going to go ahead and prompt it for you. Then guess what? It's going to make an advert. You can use this advert. You can publish it on Meta. You can literally spend $300 in ad spend, get 30 book calls. 30 calls equals 20 pitches. 20 pitches equals 5 to 8 signed clients, which means you'll walk away with a total profit of $33,000 literally from doing that. That's incredible. That's over the course of 1 month. Now that we've done that in 1 month, what can we do with that $33,000? Well, here's the thing, guys. Genuinely, what happens at this stage is people quit or they just can't do the next stage, and that's totally understandable. We need to make sure that that doesn't happen with you. So how do we do it? Most people quit here. How do we not quit here? Well, we need to go to phase 2, which is this. We need to do good delivery. We use Artlist. We use something called Higgsfield as well to make these AI image ads. You're literally looking at it right now. Nice clear offer, nice clear call out. This is for outdoor lighting, something that also another micro niche that we use, a very, very good one. You're going to utilize this. You're going to go ahead and you can use our systems to qualify all the leads coming through. This is force charge. It uses AI intent-based questions, keeps it ultra engaged. And then very simply, we walk away with this, a client who's like, holy shit, we're getting great results. And this is exactly what the people in my group see. They get great results. And we have so many of them. You can click the link below and see all the great results people get because we provide all this fucking information, a disgusting amount of information that they can use. So it's impossible to not get results. Now, this is what happens is your service should make the client incredibly happy and in pain at the same time. Look at our client waking up to an incredibly busy calendar. He's happy and grumpy at the same time. So now you're at $30,000. You have a client who's happy and also in pain. Why did we even do that in the first place? That's a bit weird. Well, welcome to phase 3. This is now where we're going to 3x the number. 3 times $30,000 is $90,000. That gets us closer. Let me tell you something about this tour guide. This tour guide deliberately makes people stand in the hot sun. Why does he do that? It's because his friend sells ice cream and he's in a profit share agreement with his friend. Well, he makes all these tourists hot and thirsty. Then when he walks past the ice cream van, guess what they all do? They buy an ice cream, and that's the point. So what do we sell them? Now that we've done this, now that we've made them hot and bothered, what do we sell them to fix it? We rent out a salesperson to them for literally $1,000 to $2,000 a month, or even more in this case. You sell their problem, and this is your contractor. He's happy, he's sitting at home, and boys, you're not even doing it for the $2,000. You're doing it for the stickiness like we spoke about before. Do you ever think that this contractor's ever going to want to back out? Do you think he'll ever want to jump off that couch, go out into the sweaty environment and start quoting people again? No, he fucking won't. You created the problem and you solved this. Now, how do you actually find a salesperson? It's simple. In my group, we actually teach the full hiring process, and you can watch me do it. You can watch me hire, you can watch me train, you can watch me train my closers as well. But let's look at the business math problem. Step 1, we find new clients. Then once we found new clients, let's say we've done $30,000 in our first month. Very simply, we have $100 CAC. That is $5,000 we'll spend in our next month, month 2. That leaves us with 50 clients. Step 2, we retain, let's say, 70% effective retention rate. That's 35 retained clients post month 1. The daily profit would then look at, let's do like $250 per appointment, 1 appointment delivered per client per day. That is $8,000 per day in profit we deliver. Then we provide a base monthly profit, which is very nice. That's $250,000 a month. If we extrapolate that amount, 8,000 times by 30, that's incredibly high. That's $250,000 or about 260. Well, let's go ahead and reduce that by a 60% reduction because, excuse me, you guys might actually be beginners. If you're beginners, we need to reduce it by 60%. Even if you're at 60% terrible at everything I just said, you'll still walk away with $100,000 in profit, and that's the exact reason we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. If you want me to do this all for you, click the link below. You can also watch more videos on this topic in more detail below.